Here's a song about my father's nightclub in Chicago. Irving Roth, the aforementioned, was the dashing maitre d' of the most famous cabaret in Chicago during the 40s and 1950s, the Chez. And my mother, Gloria, was a professional big band singer in our hometown of Chicago. So they both worked nights. And my sister and I spent the greater part of our youth in nightclubs. And I carry these pictures around with me everywhere I've gone for 30 years. There's a picture of my father, Irving. He's wearing his Army uniform, so thanks to all our veterans who served our country and serve our country. That was Dad in World War II. It was probably a Friday night. It was wearing his Jewish prayer shawl called a tallis and saying a prayer. It might have gone something like this: Dear Lord, if I'm ever blessed with a son, may he be a lawyer or a doctor, but certainly, please, not a folk singer. His only other child, my older sister Deborah, became a Unitarian Universalist minister. She's now retired. But she used to tell me great things about the UU churches, and I've sung in many of them myself. And we both realize it's a place to go if you want to have your answers questioned. And here's a picture of Gloria, the big band singer. Yeah, man. Hey, careful, that's my mother, okay? I tried that dress on a few times. It was really... And as Irving lay in hospice, after 84 years of life on this earth, he was still disappointed somehow. 4 nights before he passed, he said, "Son," I said, "Yeah, Dad, if you still want to go to law school, I'll pay for it." So I did what I've been doing for the last 3 years. I kept singing to him at his bedside. And 2 nights later, I woke him up before I left. I said, "Dad, have you heard me singing to you all these years, but really these last few nights? Have you heard me singing?" This is one of the songs I sang to him. And there was a long pause, and he was like a Jewish Archie Bunker and a man of few words and long pauses. "Have you heard me singing to you?" He said, "Yeah, I heard you sing. You know, it was beautiful." First time. I'll take it. So that's the last word my father said. I heard my father say. And I love that, because I had a whole lot of other words that I could have used to describe him up to that point. And so if you're wondering how you got here tonight, maybe the stars lined up, maybe there's just a random, abstract, chaotic order to the universe. But what my father Irving gave me that night, he gave me what I call a bag of beautiful. And I take it and I freely share it with you in case you didn't hear it from the person you needed to hear it from most in your life. So I'm here with my bag, and it's been open all night. And whether you know it or not, our hope is that you got some beauty out of it, because who isn't? Who isn't beautiful? Some 30-odd years ago, when I was 3, my sister, a couple of years older than me, we'd get to go down to the old Chez on the north side of downtown Chicago. My dad worked the door with a wide open hand, tuxedoed and tailored, a most handsome man. My mother auditioned to sing with the band, the most beautiful girl in the room. And all the performers who came there to play, Sinatra and Bennett and young Mel Torme. They'd hang from the rafters, my father would say, on those magical nights at the Chez. One evening that winter, my sister and me, all dressed up, bow-tied, and cute as could be, we found ourselves leaning on opposite knees of a man with a rather large nose. A smelly cigar in the one hand he held, a signature hat made of floppy gray felt. He scooped us both up in his arms as he knelt, and he tickled me right through my suit. All the performers who came there to play, there was Jimmy Durante and young Danny Kaye. They would hang from the rafters, my father would say, on those magical nights at the Chez. So there on Mom's dresser a photograph sits of Durante and Debbie and David as kids. Before life got tricky, good God, how it did, and we scattered like leaves in the wind. Dad stayed in Chicago, Mom moved to L.A., now Deborah's in Providence, and I am day to day. The memories and miles seem so far away from those innocent nights at the Chez. So here's to the family, God bless everyone, though the memories and moments were not always fun. Somehow we survive them and learn to move on, forgiving what nobody knew. All the performers who came there to play, Sophie Tucker, Nat King Cole, Maurice Chevalier, and struggling young families finding their way through those magical nights, those innocent nights, those magical nights at the Chez.